Welcome to Fibocan's YouTube channel. I am Prabhu KB, CEO of Fibocan. As you are aware, we are into the business of enabling wealth. We enable wealth through training, coaching, mentoring, particularly for students, investors who want to get trained without giving any advice, investment advice. We provide them pure training and education and mentoring and provide a comprehensive training such that everybody can become a technical analyst by themselves. Basic level of technical understanding they can have. In every video we discuss what happened, why it happened, what will happen, why, when and how it will happen. Which is why I request everyone to watch the video till the end, click the bell icon, encourage your friends and known person to subscribe. Today is April 22, 2023, Saturday. As always, Saturday special, we give global markets, commodities and currencies for the week that ended, and also because next week the month is going to close, so we will give a range where Dow, Nasdaq and all the components will close. You will be surprised, it will close within the level that we are going to give. So you can watch next week after taking notes of what we say in this week, right? So to begin with, first we will give the levels. Dow, Nasdaq and S&P closed flat. There is hardly any movement, 0.2% up, 0.1% down and something like that. And FTSE was 0.5% up. First let's tell the levels. Dow closed at 33,809, flat. Nasdaq closed at 12,072, again flat, 0.4% down. S&P closed absolutely flat, 4133.52. Last week I think it was 4136. So you can see that absolutely flat. And FTSE was up by 1%, 7914.13. So what happened in this entire, if you recollect, we said that last month, the month of March, it formed a solid green candle, all the indices. Then after that we had said that like there is going to be a sideways movement. Why sideways movement? Last week, if you recollect, first we'll come to Dow. We said that it is going to go sideways, and it formed sideways candle forming bearish harami. Still it is above the 100-week daily moving average, at 33,633. So it is still above the 100-week moving average. In the month till now, what it has formed? It has formed a small but solid green candle in the month. It has formed a small but solid green candle in the month. In the daily, what happened? Moving sideways, and it is between the Bollinger upper band and the lower band. So it went near the upper band. From there, it started slowly drifting down, and it's near the Bollinger middle band. So next week also we expect a sideways movement, because you can't expect a big move in this. So what we expect, the support and resistance level, we say that it will close within that level. Now the resistance, it cannot close above 34,587. Why we are saying that level? It is the close of November 2022 month and close. So it will not close above that. Today it is 33,809. Yes, that is today means Friday. So it will not close above 34,587, around 600 points, 2% above. At the same time, on the support, what we are saying is 33,663. That's the first level of support, which is nothing but the 100-week moving average. If it breaks below that, then 33,415, which is the Bollinger monthly middle band. And if it again closes below, then 33,273.10 March close. So March close will act as a very strong support, 33,273.10. So it is, so basically it is going to operate within this range. When we come to Nasdaq again flat. I said, as we said, it formed a sideways candle forming a doji. In the weekly it formed. Doji means, I have told you many times, it is indecision. Okay, what is indecision? There is neither here nor there. So it's like there is no decisive move that it is making. Doji it formed. So doji it formed, and in the monthly till now it has formed once again doji in the monthly, and in the daily it is just going down. But again there is not much of movement that one can expect in this. It is still below, well below the 100-week moving average, which is at 12,979. So that's a distance away, but slightly above the 100-week exponential moving average, that is 12,063. Probably no, it is taking support at that levels. Sideways, daily again it is moving sideways and with a downward bias. and the 8 and 10 exponential moving average is below that. It has gone below that, but taking support at the Bollinger Middle Band and the 20-day exponential moving average, right? So where is it resistance and support? The same story again. February high it formed 12,269.55. So that's probably another 269 means around 200 points from here, roughly around 1.5% from here. So it is very difficult to go to that level in this week, that is next week. Support is 11,662. What is it? 200-day moving average. If that's broken for some reason, then 11,234, which is the 50-week exponential moving average. These two will act as a support. Normally, the last week of the month, there will be, if at all any move happens, it will be forceful move on either side. Hence, like these are the levels we watch very closely. S&P again it is flat 4133.52. As I said, it is absolutely flat. It formed a sideways candle forming doji once again. Still it is below the 100-week moving average, which is at 4203. 100-week moving average is acting such a strong resistance for it, and it is above the 100-week moving average. It is above the still below the 100-week moving average 4203, right? In the monthly, it formed a spinning top and just below the Bollinger Middle Band at 4173. It has formed a spinning top and just below the Bollinger Middle Band. So it is not able to cross the Bollinger Middle Band in the monthly. Daily, it is moving sideways, and again it is the same as that of Bollinger Upper Band and Lower Band. The levels that we expect is resistance at 4173, which is monthly middle band, and support at 4109.31, which is March close. So we don't expect it to close below that. If it for some reasons closes, then 3999.53, which is March 29th to open. So we expect that is going to act as a strong support. FTSE on the other hand, 7914.13. It is up by 0.5%. I would call that up by 0.5% is also flat for such a high level. 7,900 points, 0.5% is hardly anything, right? In the week, as we said, last week, through few weeks, it has been moving up significantly, and this week it formed doji, which is right for forming a evening star. What is evening star? A significant up move after which a gap up on doji, then the next candle, in this case the next week's candle, is going to be a red candle. That is what we expect. That means we are expecting it to go down next week, but till now it has formed in the monthly, it has formed a solid green candle, and it has formed a bullish angle just below the Bollinger Upper Band in the monthly chart. If you recollect, I have been saying that it has covered all the last grounds it did in the month of March, 1st to 15th of March, and now it is just below the Bollinger Upper Band, which is at 7960. Just it is a striking distance. But will it go there? The answer is no. Why? Because in the weekly, it has, after a significant upmove, it formed a morning star. It formed a gap up on doji and right to form a evening star. That means it will form a red candle. That means it will not touch the upper band by the end of next week. So what we are expecting resistance is 7960, which is nothing but the monthly upper band, and support at 7768, which is close. We expect it to close above this level. It will not go below. Whatever come, what may happen, it will close above that, because very difficult to give the level here, because after such a evening star can be very powerful and can go to any level. But notwithstanding that, it will not close below 7768. What is 7768? It is nothing but the 50-day moving average. So CBOE week's volatility index again 16.77. It is down. We have told many times it is in a significant downtrend in the weekly chart, and it is drifting down, and the price is going down, and the bands are not showing any exhaustion and going down. So as long as that it happens, and also in the monthly, though the bands are moving in parallel, but still it is on a significant downtrend. So with this, we expect it to close at a resistance 19.47, which is the 10-week moving average, and support at 15.72 Bollinger Lower Band and the daily chart. So we don't expect further fall from here below these levels, but if volatility is at this level, that is actually good for traders. Next is dollar index. Dollar index at 101.552. it is up by 0.3%. Last week it formed, we said that it formed 6 solid green, 6 weeks of what do you call downtrend, sorry, my apologies, downtrend, significant downtrend 6 weeks, and it was near the Bollinger lower band. We had said that it is going to form, have some short covering rally, which it formed, but though not very powerful. Notwithstanding that, it is now hovering around 100-week exponential moving average at 101.611, below which is 100-week moving average, which is at 100.446. If that breaks, then we have the 200-day moving average, week moving average, which is acting as which will act as a very strong support at 97.98. So 200 week means what? 4 years average. Month till now it has formed a solid red candle and is facing resistance at 101.90 middle band and 20-month exponential moving average, which is at 102.02. Strong support at 98.760. If that is broken down all the way down up to 97, you have superb supports at various levels. Hence, no, don't expect dollar index to go below 199 or even 98 levels. I don't expect it to go down, not only in the near future, in the distant future also. Okay, so expect the closure is going to be at 102.02 will be the resistance, and support is going to be at 100.446. That is what we expect. Euro versus USD. So if you recollect, the components that makes dollar index is, first component is Euro and USD. It is 1.0987. As you know, I have told many times, it is the opposite of dollar index. Euro USD and GBP USD will be the opposite movement of Euro. So what happened? It formed a solid green candle and it is just above touching the Bollinger upper band. After 6 weeks of green candle, it is just the opposite. It managed to close above the 100-week moving average, which is at 1.0935, and 100-week exponential moving average also it has crossed 1.0836, above which is 100-week exponential moving average. If that breaks, then we have 100-week moving average. That means 200-week moving average. 200-week means 4 years average. In the monthly chart till now, it formed a solid green candle and managed to close above the Bollinger middle band, which is a good sign. And strong resistance it is facing at 1.202 and all the way down up to 1.1785. Those are all 200 exponential moving averages. So 200 exponential moving average, 200 moving average means, simple moving average means 17 years average. That means no, don't expect it to go below that level. That means no, that will act as a very strong resistance. So it cannot break past that and go. That means dollar index will not fall below 98, 99 levels. It's simple logic, right? It's the opposite of it. So in the daily, it formed again the first reversal. Resistance, we expected the closure to be at the resistance, which is 1.109. Below that level, it will close, and support is 1.0839. So it is going to close between these levels. Next is GBP USD. It is again the opposite of dollar index. It is at 1.2430. Again, it closed flat. It is just again the same story. Only thing is that slightly it is showing weakness when compared with Euro versus USD. It is not that strong. That's the only thing. After 5 weeks of green candle, it formed doji, and now it is touching the Bollinger upper band in the weekly chart. In the monthly, till now it has formed a spinning top and still below the 20-month exponential moving average and Bollinger middle band. So we don't expect much of movement in GBP, and the support is going to be at 1.25 and resistance is at 1.38. So that is the support and resistance we are operating. Next is USD and JPY, 134.15. So it is up by 30%. Up by 0.3%, sorry, my apologies, up by 0.3%. It formed doji in the weekly, In the monthly, it is just above the 50-week month moving average, 135.99, but above 100-week under DEMA, daily moving average, and 200 daily moving average. That's a very good thing. That means no, USD is strong against JPY. Month till now it has formed a solid green candle with a long lower leg and significantly above all the key moving averages. What is the key moving averages? 50-month moving average, 100-month moving average, 200-month moving average. So it's significantly above all the moving averages and also the exponential moving averages. Daily it faced resistance at Bollinger upper band and is now moving sideways with slight downward bias. So with all these things, however, it is still below the 200-day moving average, which is at 137.07, which is the only challenge for it now. So we expect the resistance for JPY at 135.12 and support at 133.74. What is this? 50-day moving average. So that is what it is going to be. Next is our interest, USD-INR 82.030. We told many times it is forming a rounding top in the monthly, and to support that in the weekly, it formed a green candle but slightly upper wick, but it is not able to close above the Bollinger middle band. So hence, like, that is going to act as a resistance. We don't expect big up move, and we expect it to close between 82.34 will act as a resistance, and 81.78 will act as a very strong support. That's the level we are operating. Next is US 10-year yield. US 10-year yield. So US 10-year yield, once again, it is at US 10-year yield is moving up strongly, but what we expect in US 10-year yield is we expected resistance of 3.637. April high it touched, so that will act as a very strong resistance for it, and the support is at 3.433, which is the 50-week moving average. Because if you recollect, it had fallen, but thereafter it has recovered, and in the monthly chart it has formed a piercing pattern. Basically it came down and closed near the previous month's close, slightly above that level, but it has to go up for it to be a reversal. But here again I feel that it is forming a rounding top, though it is forming big candles. However, for this month, definitely the resistance and support are the levels that we gave. 3.637, which is the high of April 23, that is in this month itself it touched that high. It will not be able to close above that, hence that will act as a very strong resistance. Support is at 3.433. Next is Brent and NYMEX. Brent at 81.46 and NYMEX at 77.71. So both fell around 5% in this week. What happened last week, if you recollect, it opened a gap up on March 29th. It closed significantly down, after which on April 3rd it opened a gap up after March 30th, right? That gap is trying to fill that gap. So last 2 weeks it formed, after a gap up, it formed a spinning top, red candle and green candle, red candle and green candle respectively, after which this week it formed a significant red candle and closing below key levels. It has broken below all the key levels. What are the levels? It was not unable to cross the 50-week exponential moving average, Brent, right? And in the process broke below even the 100-week moving average, exponential moving average at 85.15. Brent closed at 81.46 and NYMEX at 77.71. Okay. NYMEX, the same story, it was not able to cross the 50-week exponential moving average. In the process closed below the 100-week exponential moving average also, which it was staying above for 2 weeks. So now in the monthly chart, what happened? Till now it has formed a solid red candle. See, it had formed a solid green candle. After a long leg it opened a gap up and formed a solid green candle, but now the bears pushed near the Bollinger middle band, and from there it came down significantly, and it has come to such a level that the gap it formed on March 31st, it closed at 79.77 Brent and NYMEX at 75.67, and thereafter on April 3rd it opened a gap up. Where it opened from 79 straight away, Brent opened at 86, and NYMEX from 75 it opened at 80. So that gap it is trying to fill, but notwithstanding that, we feel that The resistance is going to be at 86. 86, that is the level that it will find it difficult, and 80.10 for 9 minutes. What is this level? The immediately after the gap of the opening. And what is the support? The gap from there it jumped. What is the level? 79.77 and 75.67. That will act as a support. But the longer time horizons, Brent and NYMEX has solid support at the long term horizons. Hence, no, it is very difficult to go below the 200-day moving, 200-month moving average, which it touched, went near in the month of March. So we don't expect a significant fall from these levels, but though there will be a sideways movement at these levels. Thank you very much.